The Asgard are freaking idiots. Face the facts, they're not eggheads, they're not smart, we should not look up to them. They are freaking morons. Find out why right after this. Hey everybody, I am Taylor and I'm the Stargate Guy, where I talk to you about everything and anything Stargate. Today's another crazy theory that only I believe in, and I am here to tell you 7 points as to why the Asgard are idiots. Yes, they may be brilliant scientifically. Yes, they may have developed all this fancy new technology that we haven't even come close to without them handing it to us. But when it comes to actual sense, they are freaking idiots. Number one, the Asgard don't look into how to keep their species going until it is already too late. Granted, human beings have done this too, but even we know better. And we're idiots. Like, we're the little special kid that the Asgard hangs out with because the Asgard don't have any more friends. That's who we are. We're the special kid. The Asgard download their consciousness from one body to another clone body, meaning that they have no need for sexual reproduction, which is kind of a boring way to live, but that's their choice. Now, the Asgard bodies develop some sort of defect over using the same copy of a copy of a copy of a copy for thousands of freaking years. So finally, in the past 10 years, did they actually try to look at stopping that from happening? They go and they find a Asgard that's 30,000 years old, they grab it and nothing apparently comes from it because they all decide to blow themselves up. They're freaking idiots. Once they have a body that's 30,000 years old, and that is the key to them like living longer and fixing their problem, they don't actually do anything with that research. It's there and they forget about it, whatever, let's just kill ourselves, right? Freaking idiots. Loki decided to abduct people from Earth like Richard Dean Anderson, like Jack O'Neill, and seeing what kind of genetic markers there are because there was some sort of indication that they could solve the problem. Well, the High Council in all of his infinite wisdom apparently said, no, we already did that research. Bull crap. Bull freaking crap. Asgard broke off to go to the Pegasus galaxy to do research about this instead of reaching a hand out to the Pegasus Asgards and being like, hey, homies, like, have you found anything out here? No, forget it. They're probably dead. Whatever. We're not going to explore that alternative. Idiots. I can't read my writing. Oh, yes. 2, the Replicators. Alright, so the Replicators are like the bane of the existence of the Asgard. They are their arch nemesis. The Replicators are the Asgard's version of Apophis. They just won't die, right? So the Asgard keep using the same old techniques in order to battle the Replicators. Energy weapons, energy weapons, energy weapons. They got a little creative by trapping them in a time bubble that backfired and kind of screwed them all over. They never considered, the Replicators are made of blocks. What if we take apart the blocks? Oh my God, I just had an apostrophe. No, it doesn't even occur to them. Human beings. We see a replicator. We have a crude weapon known as a gun that shoots lead to blow something apart. We use it, the replicators go. The Asgards think that this is a brand new concept. You're like, oh my God. These special kids in the next galaxy figure this out. We need to grab their smartest special kid and bring them to our galaxy and have them fight our war. That's exactly what they did. Even the ancients found out that the best way to defeat a replicator was to separate it out as much as freaking possible. They did that with the replicators that they created in the Pegasus galaxy. They demolecularized the freaking replicators. The Asgards didn't think, I wonder if we should check our ancient database that we took from Colonel O'Neill and see if there's any solutions to this massive problem. No! They're freaking idiots! Number 3, going back to the whole cloning thing about why they all died in the first place, apart from a massive explosion, is they kept doing a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. I don't know if you remember this, but I remember wonderfully like recording one tape to another tape, or one CD to another CD, or one facsimile to another facsimile, or one copy machine paper to another copy machine paper. And if you do a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, there's degradation. We knew this in the 90s with freaking CDs and faxes. And yet, the smartest civilization in the Ida galaxy See the air quotes? Can't figure out that you keep a master copy. If you're going to copy your entire species and do that for eternity, you might want to keep a master file on there so that you don't have degradation. Number 4, the Asgard cannot think out of the box. There is the box and the Asgard cannot look out of it. The entire galaxy, the entire universe, the sum of all knowledge is in this goddamn box. They can't think outside of it. Hell, even Taco Bell can think outside of the bun. Why can't they think outside of the box? This is epitomized in the very last episode where you have a holographic Thor keep telling Carter that function is not possible. 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 Well, guess what? Eventually, Sam figures it out. And what does Thor keep saying? That function is not possible. Screw you, Thor. You can't think outside of the goddamn box because you're an idiot. Number 5, the Asgard have no forethought whatsoever. For very smart people, they cannot think long term at all. Like at all. One thing, there's the degradation of their own bodies, but also I would like to use the example in, well, what's the wonderful episodes? Thor's hammer, Thor's chariot, anything having to do with us coming in contact with one of the Asgard human civilizations that they're watching out for in our galaxy. For example, the very first time that we see a holographic image of Thor, and Daniel and Sam kindly explain, so we screwed up your plan that you've been working on for the past 3,000 years. We destroyed your hammer, and we made contact with these people. And what did Thor say? Quote, "We did not anticipate outside interference." I don't know about you, but if you've been living for thousands of years and you are an intergalactic species, you have probably seen other species become intergalactic, or at least interplanetary with their development as a civilization and meeting other civilizations on other planets. Makes sense, right? So if you've lived for thousands of years, if your civilization has been around for hundreds of thousands of years, if not millions of years, how could you not suspect that there will one day be a civilization that will develop, that will go to another planet and could talk to the people of your planet that you're looking out for? It seems like a mathematical inevitability. Idiots. Thank you very much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I'm having fun. It's pretty cool watching you do it. It'll be cool to watch the video and see the fun.
Number 6. At least one Asgard crashed on Earth in 1947. What kind of an Asgard uses a ship that can travel to other galaxies and crashes on Earth? You must be a really badass driver in order to do that one. You can travel an entire galaxy, but you crash. For those of you who aren't following, I want to connect a couple of dots for you, because us, as being the special kids in the other galaxy, we can take 2 and 2 and we can sum up that they make 5. In 1947, Roswell, New Mexico, there was supposedly a UFO crash and aliens taken from that crash. Those aliens are now make the figures of the Roswell Greys that are so popular, especially in the movie Paul, which is hilarious, by the way. In Stargate, we know that the Roswell crash also happened because when Sam first looked at an Asgard that wasn't a holographic, big, beefy Norwegian guy, instead she said that, wow, they look similar to the description of the Roswell Greys. Coincidence? No! Not coincidence, because some stupid freaking Asgard crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. If you want to go to the Apocrypha side of the Stargate canon, there's even a book written about this subject. It's entitled, guess what? Roswell. It's about where SG-1 goes back in time, which, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's basically saying that there was a Asgard that crashed in Roswell, New Mexico, and that they had to get this Asgard out in order to prevent the timeline from being distorted and blah, 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 blah. Bottom line, there was an Asgard that crashed in New Mexico in 1947. I don't know about you, but I have not seen anyone be such a bad driver to crash on another planet after traveling millions of freaking light years. Never. But an Asgard did it. Idiot! Number 7, the piece de resistance. The epitome of their stupidity. The absolute top of their idiocracy. We've already established that humans are not that smart. In fact, the Asgard use us for our stupidity, right? Because they can't think as dumb as we can. So, at the very end of it, the Asgard decide that they are going to blow themselves up, spoiler alert, because they cannot fix this genetic defect. What is the last thing that they do? They call up the special kid from the other galaxy, ipso facto us, and we travel over there on engines that they gave us because we can't figure out that technology. And before they blow themselves up, they give us the sum of all of their knowledge and their most awesome toys equipped into one of our ships. I don't know about you, but if I know that I was going to die and pass away, I would not find a special kid down the block and hand them all of my weapons and knowledge. That's kind of dumb. Because if they don't know how to use all that, they're going to use it very irresponsibly and they're going to do harm to themselves or to others. I understand you want to leave a legacy, but you leave a legacy by putting all of your eggs in one dumb basket on the other side of the goddamn universe. Does that sound smart to you? Because it sure as hell doesn't to me. The Asgard took hundreds of thousands of years to develop their technology, to develop their knowledge of the universe. We're talking about how to take brains out of bodies and put it into other bodies. That's kind of a big step from where we are now to that. And the Asgard, instead of saying, you know what guys, here's just our history, here's some of the mistakes that we made, here's an abridged version of our past so that you can learn from our mistakes, which is a wise thing to do. I'm all in favor of leaving a legacy, but I'm not all in favor of handing the keys to your freaking tank and Ferrari over to a person who's not even old enough to drive yet. You get where I'm coming from here? They're freaking idiots is what I'm trying to get at here. These people, their epitome of their stupidity, the pinnacle point of their legacy is to make sure that human beings are given more stuff to screw up our lives. More stuff, more tools of destruction in our hands where we can't even agree to work as one people on a planet. How dumb is that? Let me know what mistakes you think that the Asgards have made in the comment section down below, and go ahead and read those comments because you guys have some awesome stuff that I cannot come up with, so go ahead and read those right there. Awesome. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Great videos are coming out every week where I talk to you about everything and anything Stargate. You can click right here for another theory about the Asgard, or you can click right here for another awesome video that I'm sure you'll love. And until next time, remember, I'll see you on the other side.